are you?
Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So, to start, this poor guy, like he's just trying to do a job, and
Exactly.
he's got wrapped up in so many different things when all he's trying to do is have a fun little facial spot. When you get to play a character like that, that everyone else's vision of this character is kind of how we see him until the very end, how does that affect how you approach a character, or does it at all?
It's very interesting what you're saying because I'm Mexican, right? I moved to LA 5 years ago. I live between Mexico City and Los Angeles most of my time. Um, and as you said, this guy is just trying to do his job. He's a Latin guy. He might be gay, and this white woman sees him and she's like, this guy wants to kill me. This guy wants to destroy me. So I think that's a very interesting take on how sometimes the US works with people from other countries, like not and not just the US, like people in general, like how we react to people that are different from us, that think different, like and I think that's one of the many layers skincare has because again it's about a lot of things, but for me in particularly that was very important to have the chance to have this representation in the screen because like he's the owner of the salon, he's not like cleaning the salon, he's like the owner of the salon with NASA technology, and he's doing the face of the biggest Hollywood stars. So I was intrigued about having that representation on the screen.
Yeah, and I also relate to him. He's a karaoke guy. I think that's very fun that he goes.
Me too, 100%. That when I read the script and I came to that scene, that was a moment when I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this movie because I really want to sing that song." Yeah.
Well, do you have like your go-to though? Because like he's at home alone and he's picking whatever song he wants. But do you have
Of
your
course.
go-to karaoke?
Yeah. I love Piano Man. I love Piano Man, but I love Piano Man in Spanish. There's this version of Piano Man in Spanish that every time I sing with my friends here in LA, most of them are Americans. When I start singing in Spanish, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, why do you have a version of that in Spanish? Yeah, I'm a karaoke freak myself, so yeah, I really like that.
Same. I do like that we both torment people with long songs because I always do. It's all coming back to me now, just like 7 minutes.
Oh, that's such a good song. That's what that song requires you be on the floor, like crawling
Yeah,
in the floor singing.
you
That's
gotta
that's
act it out. But it
yeah,
is
yeah,
like just two long songs at karaoke.
yeah.
This guy's the aesthetic though is so funny to me because I love that this movie's in 2013. I think that is the weirdest but best time to kind of set something because no one knew what we were doing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
also is like he has a neon sign, which is a point of contention movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How did his aesthetic and like the setting of his salon and his home kind of help you understand exactly who he is?
I guess I mean it was easy because I've been an actor for 20 years and again living between Mexico and LA,
Mm.
so I've seen these guys. I work with them, like groomers, facialists, stylists, even actors. Like it's a very particular type, and sometimes when you're creating a character, there's intuitions that you have, and you don't even know why. But for example, I called Austin like a month before shooting, and I told him like, dude, I think I need to be blonde for this, and he was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, but why? And I told him like, I don't know, it's just like a feeling I have. And the minute Elizabeth Banks came to set and we started acting together and we saw we had the exact same color in the head, it was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is even more irritating for her, because it's
Mhm.
like her version with this, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like sometimes these ideas, these feelings that came from who knows where, but you need to listen to them as an actor.
Well, yeah, because it's funny because Lewis was saying how he wanted like a nipple ring and they almost were like, you can't do that. And he was like, no, but I really want it for this character. Is that fun though when you get your way essentially and you're like, no, this is what I picture this guy having?
Yeah, in indie movies, you usually do it. In indie movies, it's way easier to do whatever you want. When you're working in massive productions, they're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do that. And then you're like, okay. But I love that. I love the collaboration, the creative collaboration that you can have with a director. And Austin was very open to everything, like it's also his first feature. So I guess when it's your first movie, you're like more eager to create with the people. Then you become a rock star, and you're like, I know more than everyone, so everyone shut up. But I think at the beginning should be like a collaboration with the people you're working with, no?
Yeah. I think the movie's so much fun. I can't wait for everyone to get to see it. And thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. Have a great one.